Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a young girl named Lily. She lived with her parents and younger brother in a small house on the outskirts of the village. Lily was a kind and caring girl who loved to spend time with her family and friends. One day, while playing in the woods, Lily stumbled upon a beautiful flower. It was unlike any flower she had ever seen before. Its petals were a deep shade of purple and it sparkled in the sunlight. Lily was mesmerized by its beauty and knew she had to bring it back to show her family. As she made her way back home with the flower in hand, she noticed something strange. The forest had grown eerily quiet, and a sense of foreboding crept over her. Suddenly, a group of bandits appeared out of nowhere, demanding that she give them the flower. Lily refused, knowing that the flower was special and couldn't be given to just anyone. The bandits grew angry and started to chase her. She ran as fast as she could, but they were getting closer and closer. Just when all seemed lost, a group of knights on horseback appeared. They had heard Lily's screams for help and had come to her rescue. The knights chased away the bandits and saved Lily from harm. Lily was overjoyed and grateful to the knights. She showed them the flower and they were just as amazed by its beauty as she was. The knights explained that the flower was a rare and valuable gem and promised to help her keep it safe. From that day forward, Lily became good friends with the knights and spent many happy days exploring the woods with them. She also became known as the girl who had found the precious flower, and the story of her bravery spread throughout the land. And so, Lily lived happily ever after, surrounded by the love of her family and the friendship of the knights who had come to her rescue. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Emily who lived in a small village with her parents. Emily was a bright and cheerful child, always running around and playing with her friends. But one day, Emily's life changed forever. Emily's parents had been struggling to make ends meet for some time, and they decided to send Emily to live with her grandparents in the city. Emily was excited to see her grandparents, but she was also sad to leave her parents and her friends behind. When Emily arrived in the city, she found it to be a very different place from her small village. The buildings were tall, and the streets were crowded with people. Emily missed her old home and her parents terribly, and she found it hard to make new friends in the city. As time went on, Emily's grandparents became very sick and could no longer take care of her. Emily was sent to live in a children's home, where she was surrounded by other children who had also lost their families. Emily missed her parents even more now, and she cried herself to sleep every night. She longed for the warmth and love of her family, but she knew that they could not come for her. Emily was forced to grow up too quickly and face the harsh reality of life at a young age. Despite the challenges she faced, Emily remained strong and resilient. She never forgot her parents and the happy times they had shared together. Emily learned to make new friends, and she found joy in small things like reading books and playing games with the other children. Years went by, and Emily eventually grew up and left the children's home. She went on to lead a successful life, but she never forgot the sad story of her childhood and the pain of being separated from her parents. Don't give up. Once upon a time, there was a young man named Jack who dreamed of becoming a successful businessman. He was passionate about his goal and worked hard every day to achieve it. However, he faced many obstacles and setbacks along the way, which made him feel discouraged and hopeless. One day, Jack met an old man who was sitting on a bench in the park. The old man noticed Jack's gloomy face and asked him what was wrong. Jack told him about his dream of becoming a successful businessman and how he was struggling to achieve it. The old man smiled and said, "I have a story to tell you. Once there was a farmer who had a donkey. One day, the donkey fell into a deep well. The farmer tried everything to get the donkey out, but nothing worked. Finally, he decided to bury the donkey alive in the well. So, he started shoveling dirt into the well. The donkey was terrified and cried out loudly. But the farmer kept shoveling the dirt. After a while, the farmer noticed that the donkey was not crying anymore. He looked down into the well and was surprised to see that every time he threw a shovel of dirt onto the donkey would shake it off and step on it. The donkey continued doing this until the dirt piled up so high that he was able to step out of the well. The old man looked at Jack and said, "Just like the donkey, you need to shake off your setbacks and obstacles and use them as stepping stones to reach your goal. Don't let them bury you alive. Keep pushing forward, and one day, you will achieve your dream." Jack was inspired by the old man's story and realized that he should not give up on his dream. He started working even harder and using his setbacks as a learning experience. Eventually, he became a successful businessman and lived a fulfilling life. The moral of the story is that no matter how many setbacks and obstacles we face, we should never give up on our dreams. We should use our failures as stepping stones to success and keep moving forward. Once upon a time, there was a farmer who owned a beautiful horse. One day, the horse ran away, leaving the farmer with nothing. The farmer's neighbors came to offer their condolences and said, "We're so sorry about your horse. This is such bad luck." The farmer replied, "Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see." The next day, the horse returned with a group of wild horses. The neighbors came to congratulate the farmer and said, "What good luck you have. You've gone from having nothing to having many horses." The farmer replied, "Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see." A few days later, the farmer's son was trying to tame one of the wild horses, but he fell off and broke his leg. The neighbors came to offer their condolences and said, "We're so sorry about your son. This is such bad luck." The farmer replied, "Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see." The following week, the army came to the village, conscripting all the able-bodied young men for the war. The farmer's son was exempted from serving because of his broken leg. The neighbors came to congratulate the farmer and said, "What good luck you have. Your son doesn't have to go to war." The farmer replied, "Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see." The moral of the story is that life is unpredictable, and we never know what will happen next. What may seem like good luck can turn out to be bad luck, and vice versa. So, it's essential to stay positive, keep an open mind, and be ready to adapt to whatever comes our way. Listen and practice. Forbidden love. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled in the rolling hills of Tuscany, there lived a young woman named Isabella. She was the daughter of a prominent merchant in the village, and she was known throughout the region for her beauty, her wit, and her kind heart. Isabella had many suitors, but she had yet to find someone who truly captured her heart. One day, while wandering through the fields outside the village, Isabella stumbled upon a handsome young man named Luca. Luca was a shepherd, tending to his flock of sheep in the rolling hills. Isabella was struck by his rugged good looks and his kind demeanor, and before long the two were spending every moment they could together. As the days passed, Isabella and Luca fell deeply in love. They spent hours walking through the fields, hand in hand, talking about their hopes and dreams for the future. They shared secrets, laughed together, and watched the sun set over the rolling hills. Despite their love for one another, Isabella's father was less than pleased with the match. He saw Luca as nothing more than a poor shepherd with little to offer his daughter. Isabella's father forbade her from seeing Luca, and she was heartbroken. Determined to be with the man she loved, Isabella hatched a plan. She would sneak out of her father's house at night and meet Luca in a secluded meadow in the hills. They would spend the night together, and then Isabella would sneak back home before her father could discover her absence. For weeks, Isabella and Luca carried out their clandestine meetings. They were filled with passion and joy, and they both knew that they were meant to be together. However, their happiness was short-lived. One night, as Isabella was sneaking back into her father's house after spending the night with Luca, she was caught by her father. He was furious with her and forbade her from ever seeing Luca again. Isabella was devastated, but she knew that she couldn't give up on her love for Luca. Determined to find a way to be together, Isabella decided to take matters into her own hands. She left her father's house in the middle of the night and ran away with Luca into the hills. They traveled for days, hiding from her father and anyone else who might try to stop them. Finally, they arrived at a small village on the coast of Italy. There, they found a small cottage on the edge of the sea, and they settled in. Isabella and Luca were finally able to live the life they had always dreamed of, free to love one another without fear of judgment or retribution. Years went by, and Isabella and Luca grew old together in their little cottage by the sea. They were happy and content, and they knew that they had found true love. Despite the challenges they had faced, they had persevered, and their love had only grown stronger with time. As they watched the sun set over the sea one evening, Isabella turned to Luca and whispered, "I love you more than anything in this world. Thank you for never giving up on us." And Luca replied, "There was never any doubt in my heart. I knew from the moment I saw you that we were meant to be together." And so, Isabella and Luca lived out their days in happiness and contentment, proof that true love can conquer all obstacles, no matter how great. A love proposal. Karthik was so tense. He was looking for Gita, his colleague and frankly his crush. He was so mad at her from the moment when he met her. He was waiting for more than a month to propose to her. But he didn't dare to do it because of the fear of the outcome. But what was the use of simply watching her every day? So, he decided that he was going to propose to her whatever happens. Because he wouldn't see her anymore. This is their last day of training. He couldn't say where she would be posted. So he decided to do this dare game. But he was waiting for a perfect moment that he couldn't find in the morning. The entire day got ruined by a busy training schedule. He tried to call her for a break, but her damn friends roaming with her always. He cursed them. Now it was the end of the day. All of them are leaving now. Definitely, she should come here to take the bus. He might get that perfect timing. But still, she didn't come there. What happened? Whether she had gone for a last day party with her damn friends? Whether she had left already? He was not sure. Tired of waiting, he bought a cigarette in a nearby shop and started smoking. To smooth his increased adrenaline. His mind replayed a conversation with his friend Mukesh. "Day Maki. I'm going to propose to her da." Mukesh looked at him with a strange look. "Karthik. Are you serious? Do you still want the same Petromax light? Huh? Damn serious, da. I'm gonna propose to her whatever happens. Karthik. She is not a good match for you. Leave it, da." "Mukesh. I know you are her friend and you know something about her. But don't compare my view of her with yours. I'm damn mad on her for the last 1 month, man. She made my nights sleepless. And don't say it is impossible without trying anything." "Okay, Karthik. Then I can't say anything. When are you going to propose?" "Tomorrow. Because tomorrow is our last day of training here. After this, I don't know where I can catch her." Okay, da. Best of luck, Matcha. I will call you tomorrow for the updates. Thanks, da. You are my best friend. Matcha. Don't think that I will call for you. But for me. What if you get any problem and bring my name also? I have to ensure my safety, right? He. Mukesh laughed. Karthik gazed at him. The cigarette had done its duty. The fire in the cigarette inflamed his fingers suddenly. He came to reality from his subconscious thinking and looked at the bus stop. Oh shit. Gita and Mukesh were stepping in the bus. The bus was about to start. He suddenly dropped his cigarette and rushed to the bus stop and got inside successfully. There was less crowd. Mukesh and Gita were sitting together in a seat. He sat in the seat behind them. They still didn't know he was there. He couldn't find any perfect time better than this. So, he wanted to use that. "Hi, Mukesh." Mukesh and Gita turned back. Mukesh was in utter shock. "Day Matcha. What are you doing here?" "Hi, Karthik. Why were you so silent today? Don't you know this is our last day? I'm going to miss everyone." Gita sighed. Mukesh. I want to have a personal talk. Can you? Before Karthik finished his sentence, Gita stood suddenly. Oh, it's okay, Karthik. If you want to talk with Mukesh, I wouldn't come between you. I will go there. Damn. She understood it so wrong. How can I make her understand? Karthik's heart skipped a beat for a while. Hey Gita. I just want to talk with you. I mean alone. For 5 minutes. I want to say one thing. Mukesh got the point, so he stood and moved near to the driver's seat. Now Karthik and Gita were alone there. Karthik secretly admired his friend Mukesh for his presence of mind and quick understanding. Gita was in confusion. What do you want to talk about with me, Karthik? Gita. I don't know how will you take it or how will you react after I am telling this. It's okay. Tell me whatever it is. Karthik continued with a long sigh. You know what? When we first met, I got something on you. From that moment, I have some strange feeling about you. I couldn't describe it. It took me more than a week to define myself as what it is. Karthik stopped there and saw her face. A slight change in face reaction. No smile. He continued. You know what? There are other girls who are so attractive and gorgeous in our training. But no one impressed me like this. But you did it. You are so beautiful and you have impressive character. There were so many days I was driven by this damn feeling. So I wanted to tell this to you. I want to express my feeling about you. So. He passed there and looked at her. She asked with a weird look. Which means? Do you want to say that? I love you. Karthik told it quickly. She was in utter shock now. There was total silence. She didn't speak a word for the next 2 minutes. The bus driver blew the horn so loudly. Karthik heard his heartbeats. His adrenaline was again at a high peak. Waiting for her response. Gita. I'm sorry for this. But I won't get any other chance to tell you this. She looked around her to see if somebody was watching them. No one. Then she started to speak. Karthik. Yeah. I like you very much. You are such a good person. I didn't know you were having such a feeling. You expressed your feeling in a decent manner. There is no wrong with that. But, she sighed. My parents found a good alliance for me, and I am about to engage with him. So please try to understand. I can't love you or anyone. I am so sorry. The bus stopped. She stepped down at her stop. Karthik's mind was completely blank now. Mukesh came back and stood beside him. Matcha. Damn. You told it. What happened? Is that success? What did she say? Huh. I expected she would tell me either she liked me or she don't like me. But she told that her parents got a perfect match for her, so she can't love someone. Leave it, Matcha. Try to impress her man. No, Matcha. That wouldn't be good. If she told like she didn't like me, I will try to impress her. But she respects her family's decision, and she doesn't have the interest to love anyone. I should make a full stop here. She gave me a genuine response so decently. Even after I go behind her, it is stalking. And I don't want to do that. Cool duh. Don't worry about it. Let's forget it. Karthik didn't speak anything after. There were no more feelings. No more sleepless nights, no more adrenaline rush or fast heartbeats. But there, deep inside, he felt some pain. He started to look outside. The bus crossed a movie poster, "This too shall pass." End. Thank for watching. Again they had fight and again they broke up, or I would say she broke up. He was giving all his efforts to make her calm, but she decided it, and as she was short-tempered, so she was not in a mood to listen to anybody in the world at that time. And she blocked him on Instagram and just told him, "Please don't message me until I will feel to unblock you and message you. Can you do that for me at least?" Her words had hit him hard, so he just waited for her to calm and unblock him. But he was scared because both of them had equal faults. Next day at 4:37 a.m. in the morning, he video called her because he knew that every day she woke up early but didn't message her because of her last words. At 10:30 a.m. when he woke up, he saw that she unblocked him, but when she saw that he video called her, then she blocked him again and felt hurted again. But then he decided not to message her till she herself will message him. Both were online and doing the same thing, reading their old chats, but both of them didn't had guts to message each other. After a few days, a notification popped up on his phone, and guess what? The girl finally messaged him, and he was feeling out of the world. That day they proved that true love still exists, and if you love someone truly, then how much ever you both fight, you will come back to your loved ones. Again they had fight and again they broke up, or I would say she broke up. He was giving all his efforts to make her calm, but she decided it, and as she was short-tempered, so she was not in a mood to listen to anybody in the world at that time. And she blocked him on Instagram and just told him, "Please don't message me until I will feel to unblock you and message you. Can you do that for me at least?" Her words had hit him hard, so he just waited for her to calm and unblock him. But he was scared because both of them had equal faults. Next day at 4:37 a.m. in the morning, he